most important thing with a grad student is fit. So I'm looking for someone whose goals align with what I can mentor. Whose career can I really help advance? Because if someone is really interested in maybe my topic, but thinking about it in a really different way, I'm probably not the best person to make sure that they can really have a great career, and I'm probably not the right person to help them become the scholar they want to become. And then after fit, probably just willingness and ability to learn. So part of that's aptitude, but part of that's also flexibility.
I think it's important to have a pretty specific question, a thing that you're really curious about that you want to know, but keep in mind the ways that the questions kind of nest, and like what other questions are important to scholars you might know or want to work with, what questions have been lingering in the field for a really long time, what things might look like they were dismissed or pushed aside that you might be able to say something about, but kind of really connecting the questions that you're asking, one, to the people that you would like to work with or that you'd like to ask to devote their time and mentorship to you, but also to the field in general and the sort of bigger questions that sort of got you there in the first place.
Interdisciplinary work is so interesting because what it really means is having a wide range of skills, and in particular having strong grounding in at least two different kinds of skills. So that can mean, for instance, I'm an ethnographer. All of my students do some kind of ethnography. That means spending time with people, interviewing them. Sometimes we call it deep hanging out. But if we're doing interdisciplinary work where you're also doing surveys, you have to have that stats knowledge to really begin. From there, we can train you up to doing more complicated things, but you need to have some basis in it. Same goes for students who want to do ethnography and history. You need to have some familiarity with going into an archive, digging through boxes, knowing what to look for quickly. So you need to have some basis in those skill sets, and then we can train you up from there. With Shakir in particular, it's great. He and I one, we make each other laugh a lot, so I think we're just on the same page intellectually, and it's easy for us to take an idea that the other one gives and run with it. So I learn a lot whenever I'm having conversations with Shakir. And then we also have complementary and overlapping knowledge sets and complementary and overlapping skills. He has a really strong background in math, and he knows a lot about, for instance, court cases that I wish I knew about, but I'm just a finite person. So he and I get to hold these different things in the air together and learn from each other and build something that's greater than the sum of our individual parts.
For me, the mentor relationship has been a lot in common, and enough that communication is really clear and it's right there and very helpful. I think the other thing is sort of being pushed a lot. It's sort of if you have something that you know, I have this question, or I'm thinking about this. It's what would you need to answer that? What do you have already that helps you answer that? But what else? And so that what else, that sort of pushing on it, is what I think has really made it for me, that I always feel like I'm getting pushed, but I always feel like I'm being supported. And it feels the right kind of tricky, which I think it should.